Okay, welcome back to another episode of Third and 23. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm here to talk Utah at Oklahoma State. This is the biggest game so far of the Big 12 season. Both teams are ranked. I believe Utah is number 14, OK State's number 16, or I might have those reversed. But big game in the Big 12, a game that's probably going to go a long way in determining the Big 12 champion. Oklahoma State does get the Utes in Stillwater. The Utes, if you remember, were the odds-on favorite by the public and the odds makers to win the Big 12 this season. So it's a big game for both teams. So when you're looking at this game, let's start out with Utah. Utah, Cam Rising is back at quarterback. Actually, we can say that quarterback is like the biggest storyline of this game. If you guys haven't seen it in social media, two of the oldest QBs in college football are in this game. I believe Alan Bowman of Oklahoma State is 24 and Cam Rising of Utah is 25. Both of them are in their seventh year of college football, if you can believe it. So you look at Utah, Cam Rising comes back from his injury last season. I didn't think he would look that crisp this year, and he's had his moments where, and he actually ended up missing last game, but he's listed as probable for this week, so you should expect him to play. But he's been efficient so far. He's been efficient. That's the best thing you can really say about him. But he's got players around him that he can lean on. Brant Kuthi, the tight end, if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, he's another guy who was out for all of last season, who was back for a medical hardship year, and he's balling. He used to be a really good tight end, and he's looking like he's back at it. They had the USC transfer come in, Dorian Singer. They still have Money Parks outside, so they have guys who got wheels outside to give Cam Rising some options to throw to. And then you got to look at the running game. Micah Bernard has been balling. He's another guy who came back. He could have went to the NFL draft. He came back. Micah Bernard has been balling so far this season, and Utah, sitting at 3-0, has a decent win, I guess you could say, over the Baylor Bears, the game that Cam Rising got hurt in. The defense was able to hold these guys off. Now, if you look at Utah, look at some of these stats. As I said, Micah Bernard's been balling. They're averaging 4.6 yards a carry right now, top 50 in the country overall and overall rushing yards per game. And defensively, Kyle Whittingham, he still brings it with guys like Landon Barton, Van Fillinger, and company. They're allowing 186 yards a game. And you can't say, oh, he ain't played anybody, because you have Baylor mixed in there. It's a legit P4 team that is, okay. He's got some weapons, and Utah Utes shut them down. Now you look at the Oklahoma State side. Oklahoma State is led by Alan Bowman at quarterback, who I've actually never been a believer in. I always just see him as somebody who's inconsistent. Been in college football a long time, so he's gonna make some good plays because he's just seen it all. But he's somebody that I always seen as inconsistent. And when you look at the Oklahoma State Cowboys of last year, they were really led by Ollie Gordon in that running game. But take a look, right? Ollie Gordon is struggling. Overall, they're ranked 105th in college football right now, and their offensive rushing yards per game only averaging 3.37 yards a carry. Ollie Gordon is less than 4 yards a carry, and Ollie Gordon's longest carry this season is 22 yards. So you got to ask yourself, against Kyle Whittingham in a Utah Utes defense, is this a get right game for Ollie Gordon, man? I don't think so. Now they have been led by their passing, and their passing game has. I'm not a believer in Alan Bowman, but I gotta call it where I see it. They're ranked in the top 10 in passing yards per game, and they've been barbecuing. But their defense has also been getting barbecued early in the season. So again, you got to say, you got to take these rankings and these stats sometimes with a grain of salt. But Oklahoma State is dead last in the P4 right now in defensive yards allowed per game at 462. 2 weeks ago, they allowed 648 yards to Arkansas and Taylon Green, that new Arkansas quarterback. I mean, is Arkansas's offense really like that? I don't think so. So 462 yards allowed. They allowed damn near 400 yards to South Dakota. So OK State has never really had a good defense, and they don't seem like they have a good defense again. So Mike Bernard and Cam Rising against Alan Bowman and Ollie Gordon. I mean, I love Ollie Gordon, but he's just not doing it right now. The Utah Utes have a serious advantage at defense. I like Utah to go in there and get this W. I'm laying the 2.5. I'm going with the better quarterback. the better defensive team, and right now the better offensive output on the ground in the Utah Utes. So anyway, uh, if you agree with that or if you like the content, please like, follow, subscribe, all of that, as you're gonna see my YouTube handle here in a few seconds. Take care.